Thank you for having me in this conference. My name is Andre. Today I will present temperature anomaly detection in battery energy storage system using machine learning method. This presentation divided into 4 sections: motivation, methodology, result and discussion, and conclusion. We move to the first section, motivation. Battery energy storage system is a technology to build up a battery system serving as an energy storage. They store the energy during low demand and release it during the peak. Base in operation can suffer from excessive heat due to the internal process. The issue with this temperature rise is continuous temperature stress can reduce the performance of the base. Base can have a complex structure. It consists of many battery, module, and cell as be shown in figure. The anomaly detection is a crucial step to identify the normal behavior of the battery function. The previous work used unsupervised learning such as K-shape, Gaussian process regression, and relevance vector machine. In reference 7, it's also developed the model using unsupervised learning to detect the occurrence fault of the battery. In this work, the model obtained using the supervised learning method. Supervised learning method is used in this research because it provides more accurate and fast learning model by incorporating prior domain knowledge of the system. In this research also, instead of using a battery temperature as the previous work, the main feature of battery modeling in this research is the battery temperature rate of change. We move to section 2, methodology. We use the CRISP-DM framework as the methodology. The first one is business understanding, which is to identify or detect the anomaly behavior of the battery, and then data understanding, data preparation and modeling, as can be shown in flowchart. We have data preparation and modeling. Modeling, we use 3 machine learning methods: artificial neural network, random forest, and support vector regression. In the evaluation, to detect the anomaly behavior of the battery system, we use the normal probability distribution because the natural tendency of the physical variable distribution, and the probabilities for obtaining values further away from the mean reduce equally in either direction. Getting a measurement value located at the tail become unlikely if we use the normal probability distributions. Hence, the measurement outside 3 standard deviation can be considered as potential anomaly. We use 3 machine learning methods in this research. The first one is random forest. It combines several randomized decision tree and aggregate their prediction by averaging. The parameters is number of estimator. The second one is support vector regression. Regression method developed from the support vector machine method. The parameter to be optimized is kernel, cost function, epsilon function, and gamma parameters. The third one is artificial neural network. It simulates the way the human brain analyzes and process information. The parameter include number of hidden layer, number of neurons in each layer, the activation function, and the optimizer. We move to the model matrix. We use 2 model metrics. The first one is mean absolute error. It penalizes all the errors evenly. The MI doesn't split in the errors to bias and variance. Meanwhile, the root mean square error. This root mean square error differentiate the error due to bias and variance. So we use both of them. We move to section 3, result and discussion. We use the battery, the cell battery lithium ferrophosphate with nominal capacity 100 ampere hour. The nominal voltage is 3.2 volt. The battery energy storage system is a cluster with 12 cabinet. Here's the illustration. So there are 12 cabinets, and each cabinet consists of 3 battery modules. The 3 battery modules consist of 15 battery cells. So that's for the data understanding. We move to data preparation. Here's the schematic for the battery system for one cabinet. We get the battery raw data. It includes time, battery cell position within the module, voltage, temperature, and current. From the raw data, we process the data, prepare the data for provide in modeling phase. The battery raw data can produce time, battery cell position, voltage, temperature, current, and power from voltage and current, and temperature rate of change. The example of the training data can be shown in table. This data then used in the modeling phase. The feature for the modeling is time, cell position, voltage, temperature, current, and power. The target is temperature rate of change, so we can predict the temperature rate of change of the battery. We use three methods as mentioned earlier. We use ANN, RF, and SVR. We summarize the optimized parameter for each method, for the three methods, and compare the performance of each machine learning method using the model matrix RMSI and MIE. As we can see, it's closely the value is close between ANN, SVR, and RF. So we plot the result, although the RF seems to be more accurate than the other two. But from the plot that we use, that we try to see if the each method provide a better result, and it showed that the artificial neural network from the plot show more fit to the data points other than the two methods. And this justify that the artificial neural network is more better than SVR and RF to predict the temperature battery cell temperature. In the evaluation, we try another data other than from the training data to show that if an artificial neural network provide a better model picture the battery cell more fit than the other two methods. So to further investigate, we use the other data. The performance of artificial neural network demonstrate consistency with the validation data as can be shown in the figure. Each data point can overlap with the prediction from the artificial neural network. In deployment, we use one module as example for the anomaly detection. Here's the schematic that can be seen above. We use a 15 battery cell and a local module with one-wire communication. So the algorithm is deployed in the local module to detect the anomaly behavior of each battery cell, and it deploy to detect the possible anomaly as can be noted here in a blue dot and green dot. It's outside the 3 standard deviation that we use as parameter to detecting the anomaly. We move to the last section, conclusion. In this work, we use 3 machine learning methods: artificial neural network, support vector regression, and random forest. Based from quantitative and qualitative examination, the ANN model is suitable other than the 2 methods to deploy in anomaly detection. The battery thermal model successfully locates some possible anomaly of battery cell temperature. Although it needs further research to verify the root cause and differentiate it from false measurement caused by the drift in the sensor. Q&A section. Thank you.